Hi, this is Eric Ho, and today this video is going to be purely on franchising. Now, why did I decide to do a video on franchising? Because one, a lot of people are asking me, Eric, you've got this 3-day intensive called Franchise Mastery. What is it all about? And secondly, a lot of people also ask me, you've got about the different sectors that I'm in with the different businesses across different industries, and why I decided to take two of my latest projects, my latest ventures, and why have I decided to grow it through franchising. So what I'm going to do in this section is I'm going to talk about basically the basics of franchising and how so many people think it's, you know, this mysterious thing and it's so difficult, or it's out of this world, or it's something that they can't do with their businesses, or maybe they think to do with their businesses but later on down the journey. And I'm going to show you a different perspective of franchising and how easy it actually is, and how you can actually speed up your business growth and save money and save time during that during that process. And that's what's most important, I feel, because one thing we have to understand is time is against us, and money is a resource that a lot of people don't have, you know, unlimited access to. So what I'm going to cover in this section is the basics of franchising, and then I'm going to follow up with different videos on the weekly videos. Those of you who haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel, then you'll get the regular updates, okay? So what I want to cover is this. First of all, to understand that franchising, there's two things you need to understand right now. One is what we call a franchisor, and number two is what we call a franchisee, okay? So basically, okay, what I'm going to talk about first is why would you buy into a franchise? And then secondly, I'm going to talk about why you would set up your own franchise, okay? Because both of these have their own benefits, and I'm going to explain what it is in a second, okay? So first of all, to understand how franchising works. Franchising is basically taking one system, one proven model, one brand, and sharing the secrets, the strategies, the tools, the tips, the knowledge, that whole system with everybody else. Okay, so they will work on growing the brand with you using your system that you've proven. Okay, so what we need to understand is this. First of all, franchisor is the person who owns the brand, the company that owns the brand, and the people who found the system in the first place and proven and made it a proven system. You know, so they've tried and tested it already. And the franchisee is the person or company who buys off the franchisor that system, okay, to leverage off the proven system to create their own success, or their own business, or their own empire, or whatever you want to call it, okay? So what we need to understand is this, okay? First of all, that what we want to do in business, okay, I talk about this on my Business Systems Mastery quite a lot, and those of you who have attended will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I talk about, you know, all businesses are the same in the sense that the fundamentals are the same. What you need to focus on is exactly the same, and that's why you have people like your Richard Bransons and you know, all the rest of the greatest entrepreneurs out there who have multiple businesses across different sectors, and they run them very efficiently. While you have the majority of business owners, I mean, those of you who have read Rich Dad Poor Dad, or heard any Robert Kiyosaki's work, then you'll know that, you know, he says that most business owners, you know, they think they're entrepreneurs, but they're not entrepreneurs. They're merely just employees of their own business. And I'm sure many of you can think of a business owner that you know, or it might be yourself even, that works in their business every single day, because they can't walk away from it. The moment they're away from it, the whole thing collapses. Now, I know that many of you can relate to that, because I surely did, you know, many years ago. And it wasn't until I started to understand that it was systems. So the key word is systems, okay? It's the systems that allow your businesses to run on autopilot. And that's why, I make so much effort on educating people in terms of business systems and how to systemize it. So first of all, to understand, you have that product, you have a great product, then you need to know how to market it correctly, then you need to have effective money management, then you need to have a solid HR system. And all of these things need to be documented, okay? So you have to have your operations manual, basically, okay, for everything you do. And once all the manuals are in place, that's when your business is systemized, because everybody else coming in, they will have the correct training and they'll know how to take over that job role, okay? But, that aside, what we need to understand is this. So why would you ever invest money and buy into a existing franchise, okay? Now, we exhibit at many of the major shows, the biggest exhibitions in the world, and we pay a lot of money to be there. And when we go there, what's funny is this. A lot of people who actually go there, because of this whole franchising thing, a lot of people don't actually understand what it is. So they go there and then they look around, they shop around, and then they speak to us. And they say, hey, oh, great concept, yeah, but, why won't I just open my own store? Why would I franchise your brand? And when I hear those words, I know for definite that these people don't understand what franchising is. Okay, they don't understand why franchising is. Why? A question here. Why are so many people buying into brands like Subway, McDonald's, Holiday Inn, and they don't open one? They pay more money to the franchisor, and they open multiple stores. Why do they do that? Because they find that it's so much easier to pay money to buy a proven system and use that system and leverage of it to build their own empire. Okay, now I'd like you to imagine this for a second. Okay, so imagine that this here is where you are. Okay, this is where you are, and this here is where you want to be. Okay, so the bigger that destination, whatever your goal may be, your dream, your vision of success, or whatever it may be, financially, or your lifestyle, or whatever it may be, that's where you want to be. Okay, now what's interesting is this. Okay, so there's a destination you want to get to here. Now what's interesting is this. A lot of people, okay, say if you want to get from point A to point B right now, what would you do? Yeah, those of you who have cars, you have your own vehicles out there, okay? What do? You go out and buy a car. But why do you buy a car? Why do you buy a car? To get to your destination, right? So you buy a car to get to your destination. Now listen to this. So this whole business, this whole journey towards success, or whatever it may be for you, yeah? What's interesting is most people, they don't pay money to buy a car. They don't buy a vehicle. Instead, they think, okay, I'm too smart for that. So what I should do is I should start building my car. I'm not going to pay money and buy a car. That's not going to work for me. So they start building their car. So they try all these different things. Okay, they set up their own business, and then they try this, try that, and then try this system, try that system, and employ these people, and it's not quite working, and do this, do that, do all the rest of it. And it takes them years and years and years. And they fall over at times, but they learn from their mistakes. Okay, that's great. So they keep doing it, keep building it, keep building it. And then suddenly it's like so many years down the line, it's like, wow, it's working. Okay, it's working. So they get into their vehicle. Now they've spent so many years building, and they drive towards where they want to be. But that's many, many years later. Now what I want you to understand is buying into a franchise, a proven model, a proven system, or an existing brand is like buying a vehicle. Just taking that money and purchasing a car. And then all you need to do is get into the car, sit in the car, and all the franchisor will teach you is basically the pedals and the steering wheel. And then you just steer your own way, and you get to here much, much faster. Much, much faster. Because you're not spending the time working out all the nuts and bolts and what works and what doesn't work and falling over so many times. Because the franchisor are giving you a proven system. So you don't need to do all that groundwork. You don't need to build those strong foundations. Okay? So basically that's why, even myself, I would invest money that I have into buying other people's systems. Yeah, because it's about leveraging off their existing systems that really work, that make money, that add a lot of value out in the marketplace, and being able to do that myself, you know, leverage off that system and do that myself. Okay, so it's like a shortcut to success. All right, now next thing I'd like to cover is this. So okay, that's enough of the franchisee explanation. Okay, why you would ever buy into a franchise. Now, why would you ever franchise your own business? So those of you who are business owners or looking to start your own business, I'd like you to think about this for a second, okay? Now, starting your own business or being in business is not easy. It's not easy, you know. In fact, they say, you know what, 75% of all first businesses fail within the first 5 years, you know. So, you know, it's very hard, and those people who are going into business for the first time, you know, they're very naive and don't know where to go and spend all money in the wrong places and pay for marketing, and they don't get the right results and all the rest of it, you know, and dealing with HR, try soft management, doesn't work, try hard management, doesn't work either, and you just don't know where to go with all of this, you know. I mean, aside from coming to my Business Systems Mastery 3-day intensive, aside from that, what can you do? You know, I'd like to just give you an insight to franchising your own business and why I decided myself after doing this research and after being in the business of franchising, why I decided to franchise not one but two of my businesses, and I'm looking to franchise my third business as well. Yeah, why would I do that? Basically, look at this. So this, okay, is, let's call it your business, okay? This is your business right now, yeah? So whatever industry that might be, that is your business, okay? Now, what's interesting is this. When you have a business, what do you do? I mean, first of all, you will start employing these employees. Right? So you employ these employees, and then you would start paying out money. You'll start paying out money. So your employee one, you'll pay, say, 20,000 a year. Then you start growing your business through time. Then suddenly you get employee two, and then you're growing your business further. You know, well done to that. So you employed the second person. Then you would decide, okay, employee three, you pay another 20K to employee three. Okay. By that time, these salaries probably would have risen as well. So you're paying even more out. And then so you slowly grow, and then the more you grow, the more you're paying out, right? That's how business is done. Now, what's interesting is this: when you're paying for employees, how hard do these employees work? If you think about it, the majority of employees out there, they wait for that 9 o'clock time, and then they come in just slightly after 9 o'clock, right? They come in a bit late. And then when it comes to the end of work, they're looking at their clock, their watches from 4 o'clock till 5 o'clock. They're looking every 5 minutes, waiting for that half five to hit. And the moment it's hit half five, you will see the empty office already, right? You'll think, wow, how did they disappear so quickly? Yeah? So, because most employees aren't that motivated. So, you know, I mean, there are business systems, there are HR systems that you can put in place to motivate them, to incentivize, to put different bonus structures, and how to keep them motivated. But at the end of the day, whatever your business, your vision is in your business, you can try and motivate them as much as possible, but a lot of the time, they won't give you that maximum input of work, right? It would always be the business owner, the entrepreneur who is most passionate, most of the time. Now, what's interesting is this, right? So, this is the conventional way of doing business. You employ people, and the people work, I don't know, 80% if you're lucky. Yeah, they give you 80% input. Now, what's interesting is this. If you take franchising, if you've got a business right now, or you're looking to start your own business right now, why would you choose to franchise your business or go down that franchising route? Okay? Well, one, first of all, to understand this, it doesn't matter what industry you're in right now. It can be franchised. Any business can be franchised. The reason why people don't think of franchising yet is because they think, oh, I'm not ready to franchise my business. Or it's not time yet. Or maybe later on down the route, I'll look at franchising. But what I'd like to share with you today is to look at it from a different perspective. And look at it from a perspective where if I franchise my business first, or look at franchising my business now, It will make my whole journey, this whole journey towards, you know, whatever that goals, end destination, success is to you, it will make it a lot quicker. And not only that, you will be spending a lot less money. And also time is money, right? So you'll be saving time and money. Now, if you're interested in that, then listen to what I have to share now, because the whole idea is this. I mean, look at your Holiday Inns, look at your McDonald's, look at your Subways, there's so many franchises and they're growing all the time. There's more and more franchises coming onto the market. Now, why are people choosing franchising? A lot of people think it's really overwhelming, and that's why they don't go into it, because they think, oh, I can't franchise my business, I need this, that, and the other. But let me tell you, every business, whatever business you're in, needs the operations manual anyway. You need your systems in place anyway. You need those documents, those contracts, those charts, those audit sheets, whatever it may be. You have those things already. So it's actually no difference. The only thing is you're putting a franchise tag to your name, yeah, to your brand. Now, watch the magic happens here. Because when you start franchising your business, the whole formula, the conventional way of doing business is flipped around. It's flipped around. What happens is people are paying, the arrows start coming this way. They're paying you, say, 20K, 20K, and 20K. These people are paying you money to buy your proven system, right? They're paying you money for this franchise fee that they pay, whatever that amount may be. And what happens here is these so-called employees that you had before turn into what we call franchisees. Okay? And the beauty about franchisees is, think about it this way. If somebody's investing 20K into your business, do you think they'll be working harder, or do you think they'll be working less? Do you think they will be working more, or do you think they'll be working less if they were paying you 20K on your brand? Yeah, they'll be working more, definitely. More than the employee. So these franchisees will keep building, and they'll keep paying you money to work really hard to help build your brand. Does that make sense? So you're getting more input from the people that are coming on board, joining your team, and at the same time, you're making money while doing it. So that's the beauty about franchising. The whole system, the whole formula is flipped around. So, you know, I encourage you to really look at franchising differently and, you know, get yourself educated. I mean, I run a lot of seminars on franchising. There's a lot of conferences and franchise information out there as well. But look into it, because once you find the right expert, okay, that to teach you how to franchise your business effectively, then, you know, you're onto a winner, because you grow so much faster, you save time and you save money. Anyway, I need to cut it short on this video, so that's it from me this week. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe. Next week, we'll be doing some follow-ups on franchising. I'll be sharing more insights. So anyway, dream with passion, live to inspire. Bye for now.